All right, we're going to start out here just by doing a quick review of some basic addition and subtraction of mixed numbers. If we're taking a look at our problem, first thing to do is to pick out the mixed numbers and the important information. I can see it says Mr. Honko has 2 1/4 cups of sugar. Miss Scott has 1 2/4 cups of sugar. How much sugar do they have all together? Now I know this means I'm going to add these values whenever I get them. Now looking at the information, I see it's 2 1/4. That means 2 wholes and 1/4. So I want that here. 2 wholes and 1/4. Miss Scott has 1 2/4. So that's 1 2/4. So I know that my pictures match the information in my problem. Next, I'm going to regroup or move whole numbers to be with whole numbers and fractions with fractions. So if we take a look here, these 2 holes are going to be these 2 holes, and this 1 hole has moved here. So I now have 3 holes. 1, 2, 3 holes, 1, 2, 3 holes. Now this 1/4 that I had left over moves here, and these 2/4 that Miss Scott had left over move here. The only thing that's going to happen, these holes will stay the same. I will just regroup these into 1, so we can see that the final answer is 1, 2, 3, and 3/4. We'll take a look at another problem. It says Miss Baker's class has 2 2/5 pizzas for a party. So I'm looking here to make sure that my information is matching my picture. 2 2/5, 1, 2, and 2/5. Miss Cherry's class has 3 1/5 pizzas. 1, 2, 3, and 1/5. How many do they have total? Another addition problem. So I'm going to need to regroup whole figures with whole figures and fractions with fractions. So here's my same problem. My holes, my yellow strips that are all the way full, are going to move together over here. These are the 2 holes right here from Miss Baker's class. And these 3 holes are the ones from Miss Cherry's class. You can see they've been combined, and I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. I've got 2/5 here and 1/5 here. So I'll combine those. 2/5 here, 1/5 here. I'm just going to group them together so it's 1 fraction. Instead of 2/5 and 1/5, I'm going to make 3/5. So now my answer, or the new mixed number, based on these holes, is 5, and based on this fraction, 3/5. So the answer is 5 3/5 pizzas total. We'll look at the same problem in a straight addition number sentence. Since there's no regrouping required here, I can just add these like I would in a regular addition problem. 2/5 plus 1/5 is 3/5. And 2 plus 3 is 5. So I think my answer is 5 3/5. Let me check back with my picture. 5 3/5. 5 3/5. So that's a quick little review of addition. Now we'll review a subtraction problem. We're going to subtract some mixed numbers. So the first thing to do is to look at our problem. 2 2/3 cakes are sitting on the counter. A dog came and ate 1 1/3 of the cake. So I know if it ate them, that probably means it's going away. And my question backs that up because it asks how much is left. So I think this is a subtraction problem. First thing to do is to make sure that my larger mixed number is the one that's drawn. 2 wholes and 2/3. 2 wholes and 2/3. That matches. Now if the dog's going to eat 1 1/3, I'm going to get rid of that or cross that out. So the dog eats 1 whole cake. That's gone. The dog also eats 1/3 of the cake. So that's gone. Now I like to circle what's left out of my picture. Got that 1 whole and this 1/3. So I think my answer for what's left is 1 1/3. I'll double check that with a subtraction problem here. 2/3 minus 1/3 is 1/3, and 2 minus 1 is 1. And those match. Let's look at another one. A math book weighs 4 3/4 pounds. A science book weighs 3 1/4 pounds. How much more does a math book weigh? How much more tells me subtraction, so I can set this up in a picture. If by drawing my first larger mixed number, 4 wholes and 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 4 wholes and 3/4, minus 3 1/4. Now, I'm not actually taking away 3 1/4, but I'll cross it out so I can compare. I need to subtract 3 wholes. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. So that's taken care of. Next is 1/4. I'll cross that out there. Now let me circle what's left. Looks like I have 1 whole and 2/4. So I think my answer is 1 whole and 2/4. Let's check that over here. 3/4 minus 1/4 is 2/4, and 4 minus 3 is 1. And those match. 1 and 2/4, 1 and 2/4. That's all for now. We'll take a look in our next video at how to add or subtract mixed numbers when we have to regroup. Check back later.